Welcome, blessings, video number 3. Yes, we're in week 2 of the series, Breath Work for Leaders. Are you leading your own life? Are you leading your family life? Are you leading your community? Are you leading your business? Nervous system mastery with, yes, Heather Ann Ferri. Welcome. If you haven't done video 1 and 2, I highly recommend going back. This is a course, a 9 video series course. I call it the beginning of the Ferri University. And breath work is where it all started for me. The healing, the awakening, and the prosperity. So I'm starting to share what I believe is just the beginnings of many, many centuries of teachings. So welcome, welcome. Grab that notebook, pen, grab that water, grab that favorite coffee of yours, and let's begin. So what's going to happen is I'm going to give you some notes, and you can listen, and tomorrow write down your notebook, anything. So you're learning this science, becoming your own healer. And then we're going to do the breath exercise together. So video 3 is breath work. I label it for spiritual leaders. How you define spiritual is your personal journey. It can be religious, it can be spiritual. A lot of times when clients came to me with pain and they didn't know it was childhood abuse or ancestral abuse, and they started healing that through the brain protocols, they became more connected to their definition of Jesus, their definition of Mother Mary, their definition of angels, their definition of spirit guides. And it was exciting to be a teacher and to just watch that happen for them. They weren't copying me. They were finding and discovering their own system naturally through their own journey of going within. And it all starts with the breath. So we don't want to get too caught up in labels, but the label of this video is awakening the God, goddess, which is the divinity within. If we thought of ourselves more as, if I thought of myself more as a goddess, which is the retraining, which you'll learn about in my book series, Transcending Victim to Goddess, which you can part 1 on Amazon, is this retraining in the last couple years was a sacredness of respect of how I want people to treat me as a woman. And through, all the years, listening to other clients, listening to other women in business, listening to, and myself, the sexual assault, the comments, the only woman in the room. So you have to have all the inflammation. You got to be masculine. You got to go through their programs. This is all dismantling. This is all dismantling because the conscious leader understands the value of the divine feminine. And when you royally understand those intuitive gifts and energy gifts, not only are you gaining financial wealth, but you're gaining internal spiritual wealth by creating businesses and systems that don't hurt Mother Earth, that don't hurt our children, that don't soul violate people anymore, and that everyone can contribute and work with whatever capacity they feel aligned to and gain value back. So that's the psychology. So let's get into the notes here. Some of the things I did in video 2 is just placing the hands on the belly and closing your eyes and just connecting with your breath while I talk. So you can just listen to the notes today. And then tomorrow, literally, I want you to take out that pen, put down some notes, and do the breath work exercises. And as you're breathing deep and long, these are the notes for the subject matter today. Through this breath exercise that we're going to do together, we're awakening the divinity within your leadership. Not through effort, not through striving, but through conscious breathing. Your breath is the greatest gift you were given and will be given here on Mother Earth. It's a teacher. And as you learn through each video and just the foundational 9 video series, this is the foundation. You'll understand that the breath is going to unravel centuries, galaxies, possibilities within you, because the breath is not, it's not religion. The breath is always going to, while you're here on Mother Earth, belong to you. So it's not Hindu, it's not Jewish, it's not Catholic. What we're about to learn, the mantra we're about to learn to say silently, it's all about your inner intelligence. So we're going to do long, deep breathing again that we learned in video 1. But we're going to add saying silently a sound. Ong, O-N-G. And we're going to focus here, which we call the third eye. Eventually, my students will see colors or films. This is the possibilities. What do we do with those colors and films? What do they mean to you, to your bloodline, to your soul database? So Ong, O-N-G, is tapping into the creative link to the infinite. The part of you that holds possibility, intuition, and inner guidance. So we can think of Ong as creative activation, infinite possibilities, awakening the God, goddess within, which is the divine masculine and the divine feminine within, which is healing the mom and dad shadow issues, also healing the issues of the collective of the environment we're living in. I talk about the dismantle, specifically in the United States, of the shadow masculine systems, governmental systems, business systems. Ong is remembering your original, and that's key here, original soul blueprint. When leaders forget their inner divinity, which is common when you have addictions and childhood pain that you don't even remember or come up, you start to lead with fears, urgency, comparison. You might be misled into evilness as well. So when leaders breathe consciously, this is a training, we lead from clarity, intuition, and a grounded power. It's powerful, it's exciting. And this practice teaches you to listen within, and we do it in silence. So this 9-part series, no music. No music while you're doing it with your homework assignments, right? And so we're shutting off the world, social media, because the wisdom is inside your body. When we're opening up the left nostril, we're calming the nervous system. We're softening emotional intensity. We're opening intuitive listening. We're support with compassion and clarity. When we're opening the right nostril, we sharpen focus, strengthen decision-making, activate leadership presence, and increasing memory. You got to remember. You got to remember it all. And we can, because this is a computer chip. We can remember. And then we can live longer. We can live longer with mental clarity. We can do things faster. We can be more productive in a short amount of time. We can let go of the ego and say, this formula doesn't work. Let's try another one. And so we're going to do this for 6 minutes, 3 minutes on each side in silence. I will keep my eyes open. You're more than welcome. You should probably keep your eyes closed, focus on the third eye, but I will send energy out to you. I will watch the timer. Before we begin this practice, just a quick note. This is a 9-part series. I would encourage you to go to video 1 and read the description of this Ferri University Foundation Breathwork series. There is hundreds, and I mean hundreds. And I don't say that to overwhelm you. I say that to excite you, because this needs to be in leadership retreat programs and understanding that it's lifestyle. This needs to be in new educational systems. And so I'm here if you want to do Zoom workshops, retreats, private sessions, just email me at youmatter108@gmail.com with the subject line Breathwork for Leaders, Nervous System Mastery with Heather Ann Ferri. This just lets me categorize when I'm getting emails. And the fourth video on Wednesday will be Conscious Leadership Activation, Fire Breath plus Frontal Lobe Focus. Oh, so now we're going to get into some details, right? That's video 4. So, sitting up nice and tall. I will say the word actually for a little bit, ong, but you're saying it silently in your third eye. Cover the right nostril. You can either place the other hand on the belly to continue to work on making sure the belly is going in the right direction with breath. If you're more advanced, you can come into a mudra. So let's talk about the hand. The hand is the brain rewiring, and that's where the brain protocols, we do all kinds of formulas, just like the piano player. So you can choose when you start to become advanced, what the thumb is your ego. So we're always working on that ego to balance it out, both masculine and feminine. Intelligence, we can become smarter. Patience, we can become more patient with ourselves. This deals with creativity, intuitiveness, and conscious communication. This one I've had to work on a lot, and with my trauma shaking, a lot of pain in this channel through both hands. So I know it very well. So if you're more advanced, you can just decide, and I would write in your notebook and just start to see patterns as you're creating and working as your own healer scientist with me. Right? That's great. So covering the right nostril, other hand on the belly or mudra, close your eyes, focus in on the third eye if you can, or just focus in and breathe long and deep on each inhale, thinking ong, and on each exhale, thinking ong, O-N-G. Ong, ong. On your next exhale, relax. And let's do the other side. Cover the left nostril, other hand in the belly or in mudra. Inhaling Ong, O-N-G, exhaling Ong. 3 minutes. On your exhale, just relax. And as you do this within your practice, you can start to observe how the body's feeling, any thoughts that come, write them down. Congratulations. Not only did you finish video 3, but hopefully video 1, 2, and 3, which is starting to build, as you will see, and as we progress with this series. Thank you so much. I would love to have you a part of the Heather Ann Ferri YouTube channel. And any comments help bring the energy of the community and help me understand through my psychicness actually and mediumship what other programs I can bring to the table that can benefit you in leadership and your community. So the more that you can share and give, the more benefit I can bring to the table. And in the descriptions, there's always a way to reach out in different departments that I'm a part of. And of course, if anyone wants to donate, I would truly be grateful. It supports this channel and the time that I take to share my life's work. So many blessings and have a great day.